Was this the most impressive drive of Daniel Suarez's career?
Absolutely. It was incredible. I mean, what you couldn't, and a lot of uh, silly, I'll call them silly people, will say that it was scripted, but let's get that out. Let's get that crap out of the way. No, this is the most impressive race of Daniel Suarez's career. The 2016 Xfinity Series champion, getting to finally race in his home country, although, lived most of his childhood in San Antonio, but Monterrey, Mexico, born Daniel Suarez, going 39th to first at Mexico City in a backup car that was just, composite body with some stickers attached to it. You could make this paint scheme in the base iRacing paint painter. Like, it doesn't take much. He just has the Quaker State, the 9, and Exalta on the back quarter panel. But man, what a drive there, and also was some were saying like the first to not qualify for the race and then win it in history. Well, it is a provisional, but yes, technically yes.
We had that conversation on the show last week, because originally I just went into autopilot mode and said, 38 spots, 39 drivers, somebody's going to go home. And then took me a second, but I remembered there was that provisional, and I guess thank goodness there was in this case, because Daniel Suarez, because he couldn't set a lap and wrecked his car, would have been the DNQ, and he had to start in that 39th provisional spot, but nonetheless was able to come through and take the win. And to anybody that says it was scripted, just go look at what Taylor Gray did on that last quarter. Got very close to making contact with Suarez there, maybe even did make slight contact, but you can't say he wasn't trying to win the race, despite, I think, knowing that it would have been a very unpopular win if he had made the pass. Even if he had made the pass cleanly in the last corner, I think he probably would have been met with some boos had he stolen that victory from Suarez there. But you can't say he wasn't trying, that's for sure.
I think he was no longer able to make the pass cleanly, and I think he was very wise not to try to make a dirty move in Mexico City. In the same way that I think Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did not want to fight Carson Hocevar until they got back to the States.
Yeah. We can open up that can of worms perhaps as well here, but I think certainly a wise move by Taylor Gray not to force the issue there. I'm glad he at least was still out there trying to win the race, but certainly a popular win for Daniel Suarez nonetheless. And on that note, Brandon, you and I both know where I stand, where you stand, where a lot of people stand on the issue of Cup Series drivers racing in the Xfinity Series. And when that subject comes up, I always try to stay consistent, because people always love to say, they only hate it when it's Kyle Busch, or, they only hate it when it's a driver that they don't like, or a driver who does it often. And I've been very consistent. I say, I don't care if you're a Cup Series rookie or if you're Kyle Busch and you're the all-time wins leader in the series. I don't care who you are. If you're running for Cup points, I don't want you running Xfinity Series races. But here this weekend, even I have to admit, Brandon, I think the positives probably outweigh the negatives. Are we for once okay with a Cup Series driver stealing an Xfinity Series win from the regulars?
For the first time back out of the country in a really long time, for the Xfinity Series speaking, well, I'll take that back. I mean, for the return to Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez,
first time in a while, sure.
Yeah, that this was it was very fitting for Daniel to have this chance in Xfinity and Cup. It's one of those rare instances where, yes, absolutely, no one is getting pouty faced because he's in this race. I mean, if you are, come on.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add there. Like I said, I think this is one of the few times, and I'm still even going to say my integrity on remaining consistent allows me to only be like 90% okay with it. But I'm not going to cry too much here over the issue this weekend, because I think the positives, like I said, far outweigh the negatives. It's not like this is Kyle Busch winning his 103rd race of his career. This is a guy that has had to face some questions on, Trackhouse signing these development deals with all of these drivers. Do they have more drivers signed than seats available? Would Suarez be the one on the hot seat because Ross Chastain has made a championship 4. He's won more races than Daniel has in Cup. But to his credit, he went out this weekend and, like I said, put in certainly one of the most impressive drives of his career, if not the most impressive outright. What he had to overcome to win this race is thoroughly impressive, even though he was doing it in the Xfinity Series. I think to jump into a car, but to your point, Brandon, and we're going to see this. I think it's going to be a popular race to win diecast here, assuming Lionel is able to offer it.
It should be. It's as easy as can be.
Yeah, but I would love to see Lionel offer a set of like this Suarez card. Reminded me of Boris said last year at Sonoma when he had that incident and they had to do the exact same thing. They just brought out a plain black base car and put the number and decals on it and called it a day from there. And that was the car that he raced. Obviously didn't finish up in the winner's circle like Suarez did, but would love to see some sort of set. Like maybe they could put that in the checkers or wreckers line or something and offer that. But just getting back to the point of having to take that backup car that wasn't ready to go at all, didn't even have the decals on it, and get that starting in the last place provisional starting spot and climb back up through the field. I think Adam says it perfectly here. Daniel Suarez was incredible on Saturday, and that says it all.